From local Big 2 News, your forecast first.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Forecaster Horace Brown. Cooler day today with a cold front rolling through. Temperatures in the 70s. Beautiful weather. A little bit warmer in Wink. Some 60s showing up in parts of the mountains. Of course, the planner puts rain in the picture. I know it's not out there yet, but it is in our forecast for midnight, 7 a.m. and noon, with temperatures cool starting off tomorrow morning and staying that way throughout the day. Let's start local Big 2 News right now.
Big 2 News at 5 starts now.
A little boy released from the hospital after getting bit by a rattlesnake. How this happened, coming up.
One thief's selfie could be just what Midland police needed to put him behind bars.
Plus, students take on an intimidating instrument at ECISD, making them known across the state. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Sobek.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Tyler Thomas, and it's great to have you with us for local Big 2 News at 5.
We start tonight with a rattlesnake bite sends a boy to the hospital over the weekend. We're told it happened just outside an Odessa restaurant.
That's right, the reptile hiding under a rock right before the 6-year-old got near it. Local Big 2's Lauren Tropea live in the studio with a warning from nature experts tonight. Lauren?
Stephanie, Tyler, officials tell me the little boy was just released from the intensive care unit. He's currently in pediatric care and expected to be all right. I spoke with an expert about ways to avoid something like this happening to you.
They will come out when the temperatures warm up.
According to Michael Nickel with Sibley Nature Center, rattlesnakes, usually western diamondbacks, call West Texas home.
This is rattlesnake habitat out here.
So one could pop up while taking a walk or doing just about anything outside.
It doesn't matter, like I said, you know, if you're outdoors or out in the middle of nowhere or even in your own backyard working in the garden.
The first sign of the venomous snakes hit an unlikely place over the weekend. Police say a 6-year-old boy was playing around rocks at Logan's Roadhouse when a rattlesnake bit him on the hand.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing when I was 6.
Nichols says rattlesnakes like to feel safe, so finding places to hide is the norm.
There's basically a little ecosystem underneath rocks, and you never know exactly what you're going to find underneath.
Neither did the boy when the snake surprised him.
Avoid walking through tall grasses. Watch where you don't put your foot or your hand in a place where you can't see.
And the Nature Center suggests following the rattlesnake rule.
If you can see around you in all directions 3 feet, then you generally don't have much to worry about.
Now, if you do pick up a rock while on an adventure, make sure you grab it from behind, lifting away from your body. It'll be a lot safer that way. Live in the studio, Lauren Tropea, local Big 2 News.
All right, Lauren, good information. Thanks for that. Meanwhile, a purse snatcher's selfie might lead to him posing for a different kind of photo, like a mugshot. Midland police sharing this snapshot taken by a man who they say broke into a car at Club Ariba on Midkiff back in March. He stole a purse full of credit cards, cash, and an iPhone, which police say he used to take this picture. That picture sent to the victim's new iPhone, and investigators offering a cash reward for help with his arrest.
In Odessa, mom faces charges for attacking her 13-year-old son. 37-year-old Jacinth Alexander arrested Friday night. Police say after an argument, Alexander threw her son into a wall, then into a tub before kicking and choking him. It happened in the 1500 block of Duran. Alexander was booked on assault charges.
And to our south, a travel warning in place for those vacationing to Mexico. The U.S. Department of State alerting travelers of potential safety and security threats posed by organized crime groups, especially in certain areas. The Mexican government says resort areas and tourist destinations do not pose as much of a threat as border regions, and they're allocating more resources to keep visitors safe. We'll post a list of areas you may want to avoid on our website. You can check that out on yourbasin.com.
Watches, pearl necklaces, and gold chains all on display, but they're not for sale. The Midland Police Department trying to return the stolen jewelry. Thousands of dollars in personal items taken from burglaries within the last 4 months. Other expensive items include purses, Wi-Fi hotspots, and an iPod. Officers say some of the pieces worth a lot more than just costume jewelry.
There's quite a bit older jewelry here that's from a long time ago, so if you're missing aged jewelry, it'd be good to come down here and look.
Although the event was just for one day, police say you can still come and claim your stolen items by bringing a valid driver's license and a case number report.
Meanwhile, a tombstone blamed for a 4-year-old boy's death in Odessa on Friday. And new tonight, that accident remains under investigation. Ector County Judge Susan Redford confirms that the county is responsible for the grounds and activity at the Ector County Cemetery where this happened. An internal probe continues as officials, make sure they are following the proper procedure.
We do have a risk management director who is in charge of assessing any risk in the county, and he is looking into that.
The boy suffered a head injury after the tombstone fell while he was playing near it. He died after arriving at the hospital. Redford says many of the tombstones have been around since the early 1900s.
We are your local election headquarters. We have official results from elections wrapping up this weekend. Starting in Ector County, voters hit the polls to elect a new school board member. In the end, Carol Gregg taking the top spot with 59% of the vote. In Andrews County, 2 open city council seats. The winners in the election, John McLeod and Carolyn Jones. And 2 incumbents with the Andrews ISD School Board trying to keep their spot. They both do. Charles Moore and Peter Francis.
And heading down to Monahans, the final tally for the Monahans Wickett Pyote ISD School Board District 6 goes to Nancy Upchurch. And elsewhere in Winkler County for the school board election for Kermit ISD, incumbent Lee Lentz Edwards keeping his position tonight.
Moving on to Upton County, 3 different elections getting attention, starting with City Council. Pedro Rosales named the winner of this race. Voters also deciding on a $26.5 million bond for McCamey ISD. The bond passed with 190 votes in favor. And staying in Upton, school board election also held there. Dolly Lynch beating out 3 other challengers.
The results are in for the Stanton ISD school board election in Martin County. A lot of candidates running for this seat. Tiffany Carson winning by 11 votes. And another school board position up for grabs, Crane County ISD. This is a close race, but Alan Swinford declared the winner there. And voters in Crane County also deciding on a 1.5% tax increase for the school district, and this did pass.
Elsewhere in Big Lake, residents there choosing their at-large council seat. Ruben Flores winning this close race by just 2 votes.
And happening in your town, more storage opens the door for more events at the Ector County Coliseum. A new storage building being built in the coming months, allowing for easier access to materials. It'll allow the Coliseum to book more back-to-back events without having to wait. Hotel motel tax funds paying for the extra space, and county commissioners giving it the green light at this morning's meeting. Well, after almost 2 years of planning, road work on Moss Avenue begins this month. With money from the TxDOT grant, Ector County expanding Moss Avenue from the access road to the interstate to West 16th Street. County officials saying it's a priority after a spike in traffic and deadly accidents. The road work is set to last about 6 months.
Well, watch out for motorcyclists. That's the message Odessa riders are hoping to share. This morning, Ector County Commissioners approved a resolution declaring May as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month. The idea is to urge drivers to look twice for motorcycles at intersections and when changing lanes. According to TxDOT, over the past 5 years, 2,354 motorcyclists have been killed in Texas. 1/3 of the deaths happening at intersections, and about half of the motorcyclists who died in 2014 were riding in rural areas of the states. It's a class and a sound you don't hear very often. We're talking about harps. And the Ector County School District has one of the only harp programs in the state. The program is set up within the fine arts curriculum, giving credit to students who choose to take the class. Odessa High School currently owns 7 harps, but the program might not be for every student. It's large, hard to learn, very expensive, ranging anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000. But the students say it's rewarding.
It's a little more difficult than most instruments, but it provides kind of a challenge.
We'll meet the group of students who choose to take on that challenge in this full feature report tonight on Local Big 2 News. at 10.
Looking forward to hearing that.
Wow.
All right, Horace Brown joining us now, and a little chilly this morning for the month of May.
Cold front cold this morning.
Yeah, I forgot my jacket. Had to go back inside.
It's a little dusty out there, too. Right?
Yeah.
You got a little dust in the air, but cloudy, cool, and wet expected on your Tuesday. And even tonight, we're going to see some rain. Rainy day on Wednesday. Sunshine will peak out on Thursday, but will it stick around? Your First at One forecast is coming up.
A band teacher responsible for making so many fall in love with music continues to fight for his life. A tribute to Lee High School's Randy Story after the break.
And a sweet tooth suggestion from an unlikely source. What the makers of M&Ms are saying, still to come. You're watching Local Big 2 News at 5.
For the latest news, listen to Big 2 updates weekday mornings beginning at 6 a.m. on Genuine Country Kicks 99.1.
Choose the Center for Women and Infants for your most memorable moments. The Center for Women and Infants, Odessa's choice for advanced maternity care.
Hi, I'm Garrett Morgan, bell tone of the Permian Basin. I want you to listen closely and see if you can hear this tone. Were you able to hear that tone? If not, call us today to schedule your free hearing evaluation at Belltone Hearing Center, 682-2180, and let our family help you hear yours today.
KMID TV is required to provide information regarding employment with KMID whenever we have full-time openings. If your organization would like to be included in our notification list, please email your request to jobs@kmid.tv or call 432-563-2222.
Convenient personalized care at an exceptional value for the entire family. That's the foundation of Abbeville Dentistry.
They just treat you with respect.
You know, they're good people. They're just good West Texas people.
Everyone makes you feel very welcome there.
I would never think about going anywhere else.
Locally owned since 1976, Abbeville Dentistry provides all new patient exams and x-rays for free. We don't feel you should have to pay anything out of pocket to find out what's wrong. Experience the difference. Experience Abbeville Dentistry.
Internet speeds get faster every day. And Grande's got 50, 200, 400 megs, all for less than the other guys.
Well, the more devices you got, the more speed you're going to need.
Honey, check this out. I just did like 10 things in 30 seconds, and I feel like...
Honey, you okay?
I'm good.
Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
Get the Grande Streamers Bundle with 200 meg internet speed, digital basic TV, TiVo with Netflix access, and HBO or Showtime for only $69.99. Grande, we're here for you.
This week on Wheel, 5 lucky viewers could win a Colette tour to the Galapagos Islands and Machu Picchu in the Trip of a Lifetime sweepstakes. Watch Wheel for your chance to win.
Weekdays at 6:30 p.m. only on your Local Big 2.
Local Big 2 News, covering local stories that impact your life.
Choose the Center for Women and Infants for a delivery experience unlike any other. The Center for Women and Infants, Odessa's choice for advanced maternity care.
A legendary man in the Midland community is fighting for his life. The Mighty Rebel Band Volunteers Facebook group provides updates on the health of longtime Midland Lee High School band director Randy Story.
A former student says he's touched many in the community, adding that it's sad news to lots of people here in the area. Local Big 2's Tyler Wessner live in the studio with more on how Story's doing. Tyler?
The group says Story is unconscious and doctors are having a hard time hearing his vitals. It was prematurely announced that he had passed Friday on Facebook, but for now, he still remains with us. I spoke with one of his former students today to get a feel on what kind of guy Story was.
I know he taught generations of people. Like, you would have some people that were in band with me, their parents were in the band and had him as a director when they were kids.
Randy Story has been a mainstay in the Midland community as director of bands at Lee High School since 1980. He is currently in the hospital, but he's remembered by many, including Rebel Band alum Michael Hayes, who has dealt with the pain of losing close ones before.
I mean, there's not really much you can do as someone who's lost my parents before. You know, I kind of knew what it was like.
Story was put in charge of the music program for the MISD last year. He's also worked with band students across the state as a leader in the Texas Music Educators Association. Hayes says Story was a stern band director.
Mr. Story was a hard band director. He would ride you hard. He would make sure you had everything down. He would want you to have, your part under control.
But he says Story has a nicer side, too.
He also had a very friendly side, when you were doing stuff right and when you were outside of, needing to get stuff done, he would really, show his funner side and his softer side.
According to the Facebook group, Story's family is currently by his side, talking to him and playing the music he always loved. And his former student believes Story will leave behind some big shoes to fill.
I think he's going to leave a big legacy. I think he, established what the marching band was. He established that it was very military-like.
Story's band secured First Division ratings in every contest they entered. His bands have also traveled the country with notable trips including the Rose Parade and the inauguration parades for both Bush presidents. We have reached out to Midland Memorial for updates on his health, but have yet to hear back from them. Tyler Wessner, Local Big 2 News.
Well, we had a nice cool day today. Temperatures below the average, some 10 degrees. The record still stands, of course, of 102. We're not in the summer pattern yet, but it can happen as early as 2000. Look at that. This is hot weather. 57, the cool start to your day, and we saw the cold front move through, and it kicked up the winds. Peak wind gusts out of the northeast at about 31 miles per hour. Outside, the clouds are rolling in. No rain yet. 76 degrees. Our air temperature, east-northeast winds at 12. Humidity is about 36%. Dew point 47. Not impressive, but the moisture's increasing over time. It's continuing to move in because our winds are now coming out of the east and even southeast in a few spots. But temperatures currently 70, 74 in Big Spring, upper 70s in Midland, Odessa, Wink, Pecos, Fort Stockton, low 70s, 60s in Marfa and the Guadalupe Mountains right now. As far as the state is concerned, more of the same. Low 60s and upper 60s in the Panhandle, right at 70 degrees in Dallas. A little bit warmer as you head toward Austin, the 80s in Corpus and in El Paso, both in the low 80s there. A little more sunshine for those locations. As far as the winds are concerned, still seeing that northeasterly flow. Wind speeds are breezy to even light at times, but that's pretty strong winds there. Steady 31 mile per hour winds with a 36 mile per hour gust, 26 mile per hour gust for us. So we're still dealing with some stronger winds. And here's the humidity levels we talked about, mainly in the 30s, 50s down in the mountains, but the moisture is starting to seep in as conditions really start to push that moisture over that cold front, giving us a chance for showers tonight. Better chance overnight into tomorrow. That's when we'll have our best chances for rain. And we could see some flooding rains, too. Here's the big picture. You'll really see where that cold front's lined up at and notice all the energy developing along that front. Thunderstorms popping up in southern Texas, also along the Rio Grande, back into the basin. Did have one cell around the Brewster County, but that's been allowed to expire. It was a thunderstorm warning on a particular storm there. Out in rural areas, but it was a pretty strong cell. But flooding rains expected across the state and even West Texas. We'll see showers on and off throughout the day, and that could pose some traveling conditions, hazardous traveling conditions for you. So definitely keep an eye on Good Morning West Texas tomorrow, and even my forecast tonight at 10. Here's what's happening right now for the northern basin. Temperatures are going to cool down across your area. You're going to see rain tonight, rain tomorrow. Highs only in the 60s for the northern basin tomorrow. So another cool day for you. Overnight for the central areas, looking at temperatures in the 50s, 54 in Odessa, 54 in Garden City, and then highs in the 60s tomorrow. Could see a few thunderstorms, a little clap of thunder, a little lightning, but mostly just rain for the area tomorrow. And the mountains, same story, cooling down into the 50s, low 50s in Marfa, still in the 60s, parts of the Big Bend. Highs in the 80s there, too, and they could see a few thunderstorms, stronger down around Brewster County. Mountains will see a few showers, 70 degrees in Pecos tomorrow. 5-day +2 forecast stays wet for at least the next 6 days. Even though we'll get a little bit drier on Thursday, we're still keeping at least a 3 in 10 chance of rain. But look at the chances for Tuesday and Wednesday, 50%, 60%, cooler than average for this time of the year. And then we slowly warm up back into the weekend. But we're going to keep chances for rain in place even for the weekend. So wet forecast. It continues.
Yeah.
Last week,
I was going to say, yeah, that looks kind of like last week's forecast.
It really does.
Rain almost every day, but we're glad to have it here.
We're glad to have it cool down, too.
And somebody who has a rain cloud over their head has to be Tom Brady.
And the New England Patriots. Do you guys have $1 million just ready to give out to the Patriots?
Not right now.
Just a spare $1 million, because that's what the Patriots are being fined by the league office. Big news just broke about half an hour ago about what the Patriots are dealt in terms of deflating NFL footballs. We'll get to that in sports, but coming up next, one of Millen High's best athletes, signed her letter of intent this afternoon. Where she went, that answer next.
At Prescription Shop Pharmacy, located at 813 Hospital Drive in Andrews, our Health Mart pharmacists are your trusted healthcare resource. When you visit Prescription Shop Pharmacy, you'll receive great service and less waiting time compared to the national chain pharmacies. Your service is prompt, personal, and includes 2 convenient drive-through windows where the wait for prescriptions is minimal, and free local delivery is available in Andrews. For online refills, visit our interactive website or the Health Mart mobile app on your smartphone. Visit Prescription Shop in Andrews today. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
When you wanted fast, when you needed speed, we've always been the one. Well, now, our fastest just got faster. Introducing Ultra 100 Internet from Cable One. Experience speeds up to 100 megs. Welcome to Ultra 100 Internet.
Cable One's fastest just got faster.
Why is there a merman in the pool?
Why is there a Kevin Federline ice sculpture?
Why is there a grilled cheese riding piggyback on a cheeseburger? Why? Because things get weird late at night. That's why I make the Munchie Meal. It's a box full of crazy cravables like the stacked grilled cheeseburger or chicken tater melt, plus halvesy fries, 2 tacos, and a drink, all for just $6. So get one tonight and get weird.
And tell us who you are again?
I'm the voice of reason for all women out there who have had to stay within a budget.
We switched to Fred Loya Insurance and saved over $1,000. Thanks, Fred Loya.
We switched to Fred Loya and saved over $830.
Thanks, Fred Loya Insurance.
Hey, men know about budgets.
Really?
We do. Now look, let me call my wife and find out what mine is.
That's a good one.
Pick up the phone right now and call Fred Loya Insurance. Remember, if you don't call, you don't save.
Hey folks, Larry Hook at All American Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Odessa. Spring is in the air and we're out to prove everyone. And right now, our selection couldn't be better.
During the Drive and Discover event, drive home a new 2014 Ram 1500 Crew Cab SLT 4x4 with touchscreen navigation for only $29,999 or $449 a month. That's $11,391 off MSRP.
We're hungry for your business. And remember folks, when other dealers say no, All American Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Odessa says yes.
You're watching Local Big 2, Midland, Odessa.
What's good? Welcome into your local Big 2 Sports. I'm Jeff Eberly. If you watched the Millen High girls basketball game this past winter, pretty clear who their leader was. Aubrey Elliott. Not only did she dominate on the court, but she got it done in the classroom. And today she signed her letter of intent to play basketball at the next level. Elliott will be playing this coming season at Howard College. She produced well at MHS. Elliott made all-district first team 3 times, led the Lady Bulldogs in points and rebounds the past couple years. And how about where it matters most? Winning. Elliott and Millen High made the playoffs in each of her first 4 years at Millen High. Oh, and she finished in the top 5 academically in the entire senior class. Her favorite memory as a Bulldog? It happened in the postseason.
Bi-district playoff game last year because the year before we had lost during bi-district, and so last year we won and everyone just rushed the court and it was so much fun and I loved it because we were going to the next round, so lots of fun. I'm probably going to miss my team a lot, but I'm glad that I'm still pretty close and can come watch them.
Local Big 2 Sports wishes Aubrey nothing but the best as she moves to Big Spring this coming fall. The week before this past year's Super Bowl, no one was actually talking about the actual game, Seahawks and Patriots. Everyone was discussing Deflategate. What did Tom Brady know or did not know regarding the deflating of NFL footballs? Well, today the NFL reached its decision on the punishment for Brady and his team. The league office has suspended Tom Brady for the first 4 games of the 2015 season. And the Patriots have lost their first-round draft pick in 2016 and their 4th-round draft pick in 2017. Oh, and the Patriots are fined $1 million. Brady's first game back, Week 5 against the team where the act occurred, the Indianapolis Colts. Moving over to minor league baseball, the Rockhounds were struggling. Then they started playing the Frisco Rough Riders. Midland has now won 3 straight, going for 4 in a row tonight against Frisco. We'll have the moving pictures tonight at 10. Finally, to this week's top plays. More like top moments than top plays, but they are good nonetheless. At number 5, Midland High versus Arlington Lamar. Luke Edmondson hits one up the middle. Look at Viking second baseman Chase Duran. Dives, gets the force out. Coach Russell said Lamar, one of the best defensive teams he's seen in a long time. At number 4, how about Odessa High baseball? Makes the playoffs again this season. Ended a little short in the bi-district round versus Arlington Martin. Great year, though, for the Broncos. At number 3, OHS softball team. Good year as well. Beat Pascal in the first round, made it to the area round, lost to Lubbock Coronado, but nice season for the Lady Broncos. At number 2, how about Permian softball? First outright district title ever for the Lady Panthers, made it to the area round in 2015. Very nice season for Mojo. And at number 1, Midland High versus Arlington Lamar. Ethan Barker, are you kidding me? He steals home. Like, do you know how hard that is to do at any level? High school, college, Major League Baseball. He steals home. Midland High won that series going on to the area round.
It's tough to do in even T-ball.
T-ball, when you're 3 years old, to steal home to do that. Like, oh.
I'm surprised. Have Mom and Dad reached out for that footage yet? Your cameras were rolling perfectly.
Perfect spot.
Who shot that?
Oh, you. There you go. All right, Jeff, thanks for that.
Still to come, if you have a sweet tooth, the advice after the break may make you lay off the sugar a little, and the source of that advice may surprise you.
News, the tornadoes turning deadly, the missing at this hour, 45 million bracing for tonight. George Zimmerman involved in another gun incident, and the passenger plane slamming into the runway, passengers bracing for impact. It's all coming up.
Which bachelorette will fall? 25 guys must choose their fate. Now that's what we call an awkward first date. The Bachelorette premieres next Monday, 9/8 Central on ABC.
One thing that I noticed is that technology has been improved a lot since I started using my hearing aids.
I was concerned about trying to hear, and you helped me, and you showed that you cared.
I hear so much better than I did before.
I had a buddy say, Don, if you don't do something, I'm going to lose my voice because I'm getting tired of yelling at you.
Bell tone just helped my dad hear again. And helped out the family.
Come to Bell Tone. Let our family help you hear yours today.
Right, these should be. Oh! Gorilla Super Glue. Of course.
Gorilla Super Glue's rubber-toughened formula holds after repeated drops and bumps.
Oh, thanks.
Gorilla Super Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
That looks terrible.
Hey there! Gorilla Clear Repair.
Of course.
Gorilla Clear Repair provides a high-tack adhesive and weather-resistant backing for a durable, clear fix for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
And your new dentures will be ready in a few weeks.
A few weeks? How am I going to eat?
With this.
I am not doing that.
Okay, let's try something new.
And your dentures will be ready Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
At Aspen Dental, we're not just fixing teeth, we're fixing dentistry with dentures in days, not weeks. Just call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
When you want the best selection of children's shoes, the choice is easy. Come to Terry's Kids Shoes. Our big concern is little feet. Off Loop 250, Midland.
Local Big 2 News, covering local stories that impact your life.
Okay, rain showers in our forecast for tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Notice it's going to be cloudy tomorrow, mostly cloudy on Wednesday. Good chances for rain both days. And then the rain stays with us. Even though we'll dry out a little bit on Thursday, we're going to still have a shot at rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dry, hot on Monday.
Well, check the vending machine or maybe your candy stash, and you're likely to find a product from Mars, makers of candy like M&M's, Snickers, Skittles. Now Mars saying You might want to watch out how much sugar you're eating. The company says it supports government recommendations to limit sugar and label sweets with information on how much sugar they have.
Yeah, the company is backing leading health authorities like the World Health Organization that recommend you limit sugar intake to no more than 10% of the total calories you take in a day. The proposed government changes would mean a brown package of plain M&Ms, which currently shows 30 grams of sugar, would have more detailed information listing the added sugars.
I just could not talk about this story. I was tongue-tied the entire
You're like, I don't want to spoil this for myself.
Because if I'm eating candy, I'm not looking at how much sugar's in it. I'm just eating it. All right, that's all the time we have at 5. We hope to see you at 10. Thanks for watching.